everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Justice for All with Chaos Counseling. Sans Luke.
Sans Luke, yes. And edition Kendall.
See who had her back. Hey! We're all dying. Yeah. I think the only one who's alive is Jesse. Sunshine's not feeling great.
Nope.
And you have school and how many productions now? 3?
I'm in
4?
Right now, at this very moment, I'm in 4 different shows.
That's right. Okay.
Goodness
and then
gracious.
I just subbed The Students from Hell and got to be Satan for a day.
I cleaned.
I'm moving out of my apartment because they're doing renovations. So
Yay.
So fun.
we're having fun.
We're having fun.
Wait, Miss Andrews, if you could please tell us about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Whoever the heck this...
What?
Is that voice always John?
No, he just is high on buttermilk. Don't forget
Buttermilk?
drink your buttermilk.
Sorry, inspiration from Dice Camera Action. I've been binging that.
Oh my gosh. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have to have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type.
Yes, you are, little missy.
We're finally seeing her true self. She's more She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
We should play that game.
Persona?
Yeah.
I mean, we should maybe
That
someday.
would be fun.
Did I tell you about...
Go on.
I haven't told you about, the clip art idea for Persona 5?
Oh dear.
Oh, I think
No, what's that cover art thing? What's that called?
thumbnail.
Thumbnail, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
It's where we get, draw Tedgeworth as Morgana.
That's right!
I freaking remember that now.
Oh my gosh, we do need to play. I mean,
Because I haven't played it. I could run it.
heck yeah. Why
I'd
not?
have to
We'll have to
play it.
borrow your PlayStation and maybe we can start with 3 or
I
something.
feel like that should be a good stream game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just want to beat it first.
Oh, Persona 3?
Oh, wait, Persona 3.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, we're done. I thought we'd start with the beginning of the weird...
Of the modern
the
one.
beginning of the socials.
The modern.
The beginning of the modern Persona.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
But
thank
we
you.
could start with a 4.
Yeah,
Why
but
would we
I
start
want to
with
find a way to
3?
do Golden.
I mean, yeah.
I have to find that first.
Why are we getting that on Switch? We're getting Undertale.
Because fuck you.
We're getting a new Super Smash Brothers.
This-
I'm
I'm
excited.
This was right after the direct, like the next day after the direct,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
other day. So
I didn't
I
watch
haven't
it.
seen
I'm
that
just
one.
seeing the
Whoops.
memes. That's all I've seen.
I have to show you a video. Anyway,
Alright.
If there are no objections, I feel I can press my verdict based on this testimony.
Judge, calm down.
No! 1955? Okay, now, Mr. Wright, if you please.
55? What?
1955, you gotta tie some rope to you, get your 10-foot pole stop riding around, you don't know where those
Old
straps
back?
are.
Is that you?
again,
wait.
I binged Dice Camera Action. Sam, if you are watching this, I'm sorry. Your Mordenkainen gives me life.
I'm so why 1955? The date. That's the year Disneyland came out. That's the year that the British Advisory Department started allowing advertisements on TV. Just what? 1955?
So I'm
What?
going with Disneyland as my headcanon.
What?
I'm going with Disneyland as my headcanon.
All right,
You guys
accept
want
this.
more D&D podcasts or shows to watch? Dice Camera Action. Love
And
it.
so.
ours eventually.
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 Wait, what? Secret.
I think.
Okay.
Anyway, Mr. Wright, if you please.
He's concerned.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down.
We got this. Got this.
I don't know what song we're doing.
I don't either.
Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
Ugh.
If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
3 things?
Oh wait, motive, evidence, motive, means, and Father. I can't
a
remember.
motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear.
I may or may not have taken a class on this.
Wait, you took a criminal justice class?
No, I took a how to write mystery novels.
Oh, excellent.
class.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
You should have already known them, Phoenix.
They didn't
You
teach
did
that
all-
to us in school. At least not from I remember.
You're a shitty student. May I continue now?
No.
Fuck you.
Yes, off.
I'm so excited that we are to this part. It's great.
Yeah. I don't remember this case at all.
That's
Me
good.
neither.
That's okay.
I'm so proud of you.
It's almost as if you've never played it.
Oh my gosh.
You
I
can-
only remember half this crap because I played really recently with Luke. Because I was forcing this down his throat.
That's what I figured.
I'm like, honey, you need to do this thing. And he really enjoys listening to them. But, we got to the freaking, not the newest, but the other newer one with Athena and stuff.
Oh, Dual
And
Destinies?
Yeah, and we were in the school case, and he met Scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
That's his new least favorite character.
Yeah, Scuttle.
Like when we were playing last night, and I'm like, do you remember what we were having? I remember the journalist bitch box. And it was just like, oh, that's all you remember?
Journalist, doesn't he?
No, he has something.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna deny it. Scuttlebutt even got on my nerves. And
Oh, I
that's-
think she was adorable.
Yeah,
She
no,
was stupid.
no, and she was stupidly adorable.
It was like, oh, you're trying so hard to be Lada, and you're not. Shut up.
yeah, there was like she did get on my nerves, but there were moments where I did like her. But yeah.
Like, once the first trial was over with her, like her testimony, after that, I was okay with her.
Yeah,
'Cause she did
same.
some pretty cute shit.
yeah, same.
Anyways, I'm
sorry.
focusing.
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence.
No.
The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then, what about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and the murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, right? This is clearly not ketchup on it.
That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Ugh.
Looks like you were foxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes.
High five, Mia. Men suck.
Well, all right then. Happy International Women's Day.
Which was also really recent.
Woohoo!
Yesterday.
Yep.
Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday of the time recording this, so now y'all know what day it was.
Yeah.
You
They'll know how
close-
long it takes.
and they'll know how close to the deadline we came.
It's January. We
We
planned
were
this.
doing this on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what we were doing, an experiment. Sure.
Huh?
Anyway, Mr. Wright says, please add this information to your testimony.
Did you just say Mrs. Wright?
Happy National Women's Day, everybody.
Oh my god, that button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt.
I'm sorry that I feel a little bit bad about that. I don't know if that settles well with my state of mind. I'm so sorry, everybody. I was just rambling. I kind of regret that a little. It's okay. It's okay. It's all okay. It's
The
okay.
best thing about what we do is it's not live.
Yeah, it's not live, and I can also sit back and be like, you know what? I said that, and I feel bad about that. I'm sorry, everybody. And that's why I listen to these episodes to know what I do wrong.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who does that.
Yeah, I do it to help figure out what I can do better. In terms of communication and also commentary.
Same.
Yep.
Same.
Yep. Ooh, nice.
This is a victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
Strangulation?
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume. When?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly, which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body.
But why?
What do you say?
¿Por qué?
What is the meaning of this rite? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Everything.
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth.
I read that
Why
as
was the button
Unguard.
torn off?
Wait, you
What
read it
purpose
as
did that
what?
serve? What?
I read Edgeworth's name is Unguard. I was like, what?
Wrong person.
I am
He's
not
just
a
like,
lawyer.
my client, guess what?
What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know that this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Triple.
Mr. What does that mean? Does that mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with the button? What was it?
Ah!
There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Unguard.
Triple dot.
There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. I mean, if that's what you're into.
I mean,
mean-
that's what my brain did, so I can't.
I wasn't gonna
We're
say
not gonna
it.
judge in this courtroom.
No, this.
I mean-
wait, what? We need to kind of little
No
bit.
verdicts. Ever.
No verdicts ever. No judgments happening.
It's always resulted as a mistrial.
Forever.
I mean, at the rate we're going. Probably.
Oh
We've
god.
gotten through how many text boxes since we started?
Oops.
Oops.
Yeeps. That's right, Mr. Unguard was set up. By the real killer, of course.
And a gasp.
Mutter.
Murder. Oh my gosh, no.
Sorry.
Just a die.
I try not to.
Ma'am?
I know murderers.
Let me just have this really weak cough and then go into this really gross.
Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is a real killer?
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
Do you need water?
I'm okay. Phoenix! You can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
I'm feeling like I'm getting sorry. It's okay. It's just like
The
you're
real killer,
talking
the
to me
person
all
who planned
calm,
to
and
Mr.
then you're
Unguard.
like immediately yelling afterwards.
Anyway, the real killer is...
Security lady.
Yep.
We don't know her name.
What is her name?
We don't know. No one knows.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ms. Adrian Andrews. I choose.
You know!
I think they did know.
You are Mr. Cornelius Killer.
What?
Oh, the glasses!
My glasses, no.
Abby tried to chunk her glasses off.
Hold on, mister.
Porter?
I know that's what you thought.
Hors d'oeuvre.
Hors d'oeuvres! This is a very grave matter. I need hors d'oeuvres immediately. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence?
Yes.
All the evidence points to Miss Andrews.
Well,
How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then what about this knife?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion on Mr. Unguard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had a dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you.
I have like 20 of these in my pocket. Then what about the button that was found in Matt's car?
This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own hakama. The only person who could have put this button to Mr. Ungard's hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
I see! What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No,
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right!
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was a classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. On Guard. He'd be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
please, stop.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I got her this time.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify.
What was that?
There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me.
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. But by allowing a witness to not testify if their testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ungard's room.
Oh yeah, that's me too. Adrian Andrews. I don't remember the voice, so
Yes?
it's going with this one. Think hard about what we just discussed.
Did she just
Understood.
whip her?
Yes.
I'd like to think that she just
alright.
kind of whipped the ground.
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews not to testify if things looked bad.
Did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done?
That's you, I'm sorry.
okay,
Sorry.
It's okay,
What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
This is so humorous, Miss Andrews.
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What?
Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
Circumstantial?
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida.
Sorry, Corrida.
Corrida. I'm trying to drink this.
Miss Andrews? Did you want to kill Mr. Corrida? That's not good!
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Maybe so, or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do?
Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation.
Dun dun dun.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point. How close are we?
Not close enough. We can pause.
Do we want to end the episode here,
We're
my
going
friends?
to end the episode here.
We're gonna end the episode here, my
We're gonna end the
friends.
episode here, Your Honor. Tip tap, tip tap.
I have returned!
Tip tap, tip tap.
The entire audience like throws confetti and they're like, yeah!
She like flings the doors open like, I have returned, Your Honor. Like all like end of case style. They're like, nothing
like-
important's happening. Woman, sit your butt down. I'm sorry. Tip tap, tip.
Where's my beer?
Here you go, Your Honor.
Thank you, Missy.
This is why Luke can never leave. I'll see you guys next time.